All right. Ready? Chapter 4. So we're going to start with Chapter 4 of your midterm review and then work up to Chapter 6. It says, what is the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line with a slope of 1/4 and a y-intercept at the origin, which would be 0, 0. So y equals 1/4 x plus 0. This is y equals x plus 1/4. Y equals 1/4 x plus 0. Yep. Okay. Which equation is graphed at right? Well, we can't see where our intercept is, but I can definitely see that we go up 2 over 1. So I can see their slope is 2. So first of all, let's get these all in slope-intercept form. If we move this -2 to the other side, that's 2x minus 4. You move this one to the other side, that's -2x minus 4. Move this one to the other side, it's -2x plus 4. Move this to the other side, it's 2x plus 4. Well, if our slope is a positive 2, it can't be this one or this one. I don't know my y-intercept, but it looks like it would be negative. It wouldn't be positive, so it's not the plus 4. It has to be A. Number 3, which is an equation of a line that passes through 4, -5, and 6, -9. Well, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 is your equation. Your y1 is -5. Your x1 is 4. To find your slope, -9 minus a -5 over 6 minus 4. Excuse me. That'd be -4 over positive 2, which is -2 for a slope. So let's recap. We had to find the slope. You put it in for m, you put in your x1, you put in your y1, and then you simplify because these are all in slope-intercept form. This is going to be plus. So y plus 5 equals, distribute, -2x plus 8. When I bring 5 to the other side, I'm subtracting. I get positive 3. So our answer is C. Remember, you can pause this, you can rewind, whatever you need to do. What is the standard form of an equation that passes through 6 to the -3 and the slope of 2/3? Well, y minus y1, x minus x1, y minus y1, slopes here, x minus x1. Well, if we have standard form, we don't have fractions, so I need to get rid of dividing 3. So I'm going to multiply 3 to everything. So it's going to be 3y plus 9 equals 2 times x minus 6. Then this is going to be, once you distribute it, 3y plus 9 equals 2x minus 12. Bring 2 to the other side. Bring 9 to this side. Then make it positive. It has to be positive and it has to be whole numbers. So your answer is, why does it say 2x minus 6 minus 3, so it's plus 3. If I multiply by 3, 3y, 9, those cancel, 2x minus 12 minus 9, bring that over. Oh, 2x minus 3y equals 21. It's B. Okay, which equation of a line with the slope of -3 that passes through 2, 4? So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So which one is that? Not here, not here. Nope. It has to have the parentheses. Which equation goes through -2, -3, and has an undefined slope? So undefined slope means no slope. If you have no slope, you cannot be written in slope-intercept form. You have to be an x equals equation. This is not an x equals equation. This is not an x equals equation. This is not an x equals equation, but this is, yeah. And x is -2. If you have no slope, you cannot be written in slope-intercept form. So you have to be an x equals. Find the equation that passes through -1, 5 and is parallel to 4x plus 2y equals 8. Well, first of all, we have to take 4x plus 2y equals 8 and put it into slope-intercept form. Okay, so you get x to the other side and get y by itself. When you create your new line, y minus y1 times x, m times x minus x1, you need to put in the point that they want. They give you an x1 and they give you y1. They want to go through this point of -1, 5, and then they want a parallel line, so the slopes have to be the same. So you're going to use that same slope again. When I clean it up, it's going to be -2x, but this is a +1, so it's -2. I bring 5 to the other side, and I get 3. The end. Okay, if you need to, pause and go back through some of these. We're going to move on to the next page. If Q has a slope of -2, that line Q, we're going to call it, so say there's a line, we're going to call it line Q. Okay. Let's say it's -2, so I guess it would go like this, negative. What is the slope of a line perpendicular to it? So if the slope was -2, technically over 1, a perpendicular slope would be a +1 that's flipped. So your answer is C. The graph of the data has a strong negative correlation has, okay, negative correlation, you think of a negative slope. So draw a picture. A narrow linear pattern from lower left to upper right, no. A narrow linear pattern from upper left to lower right, yes. A narrow horizontal pattern, like the horizon, no. All negative x values, not necessarily. So your answer is B. Draw pictures to help you. A scatter plot of data comparing the time and minutes Beverly spends studying for her math test and the score she receives on a test are these ordered pairs. So time spent in minutes was 45 minutes, and then she got an 89. She spent 60 minutes studying, and she got a 94. Which slope-intercept form of an equation is the line that fits? Well, this was her first x and y, and this was her second x and y. So it was just a wordy way of saying what equation is it. So you have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. 94 minus 89, so your change in y is 94 minus 89, which is 5. Your change in x is 60 minus 45, which is 15. So it's a third. So when you clean it up, you are going to get y minus 89 equals 1/3 x minus a third of 45 is 15. And then bring it to the other side. You're going to get 74. Is there anyone that has it like this? Well, those numbers aren't even close. Neither are these. Neither are these. It's this one. They just have it rearranged. 11. Estimate how Beverly would score on her next test if she spent 20 minutes studying. So if 20 minutes is the amount she spent studying, you put it in for x. Okay, a third of 20 is going to be, well, we know a third of 21 is about 7. So let's just for the meantime say it's 7. Let's pretend that's 21. That would be about 81 minutes. Yep. When it said about, that's why I rounded. Linear inequalities. Okay, so now we're on a new chapter. This is actually easier. You're just solving equations that are linear. But they're inequalities. I'm going to bring everything to the left, and I'm going to get 3z minus 4 is greater than 8. Bring the numbers to the right. 3z is greater than 32. And I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Why did I make it 32? I'm sorry, I'm adding 4. It's going to be 12. Whoa. Okay, and then when I divide by 3, I'm going to get z is greater than 4. And this weird notation, if you're like, what is this? It's saying this is z. My variable is z, given that z is greater than 4. These lines mean given that. So z has to be greater than 4. Here, we're distributing the negative. And then simplify before you solve. It's going to be negative 10r. Put those together. Put these together. And then solve. Add 5 to both sides. Divide by negative 10. Remember, we flip the sign. Okay. Last one. I need to be greater than 0 or less than negative 4. So less than negative 4, less than negative 4. Greater than 0, greater or equal to. They're both filled in. Should be neither one are filled in. Okay. All right, next page. Which compound inequality has the solution set shown on the graph? So I got to be between these two. I got to be between negative 2 and 3. This one's open circle. So this isn't in between. These are all between. This one's a filled in circle, so it's got to be equal to. It's this one. Which of the following is a solution set of negative 3 is less than 2x plus 7 is less than 13? We're going to subtract 7 from both sides. All sides, I should say. Negative 10 is less than 2x is less than or equal to 6. Divide everything by 2. That should be your answer. Be careful of the equals. Okay, it's saying your variable is x, given that x is between these two. Which of the following is a solution set for this and this? So we have to solve. Bring a to the other side. Bring 3 to the other side. Divide both sides. Bring 3 to the other side because we want variables on the left. Bring 8 over here. Divide to get a negative. So I got to be greater than 3, or less than 3, but greater than 1. So I got to be greater than 1, but I got to be less than 3. So we need closed circle, open circle. Yeah, it's filled in. Okay. Which inequality responds to the graph shown? All right. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So your spaces away are 3 and 3. So it's probably going to be one of these. But is it greater than or less than? Well, we have to be over here or over here, so it's probably the greater than. We want to be greater than that. Let's try it. X minus 1 is greater than 3. So x minus 1 is greater than 3, and x minus 1 is less than negative 3. When you solve, you get less than 2. Yep. You get greater than 4. Yes. So how did I figure that out? This is a distance of 6, but if you start in the middle, your distance is 3 and 3. If you have shade this way, you're obviously greater than 3. So it's B. You can check. Here, if I solve, I get 4 minus 7x is greater than or equal to negative 3. When we subtract on both sides, you flip the negative. You get less than or equal to 1/7. Or 4 minus 7x is less than or equal to negative 3. And when you do that, you divide both sides, flip the sign, 1. So you have to be greater than 1 and you have to be less than negative. So it has to be an or. But it's not this one because there's no equal to. It's got to be this one. Which ordered pair is part of the inequality set? Okay. So let's get x and y by itself. So move 5 to the other side. Divide by a negative, so the sign flips. Now, if I put 2 and negative 1 in there, is that going to work? If I put 2 in there, and I put 1, negative 1, will that work? I get 6 minus 5, which is 1. Is that true? No, that's not true. Let's try negative 2 and negative 1. If I put a negative 1 in here and a -2 in here. Is that true? Oops. Yes. There you go. Okay. All right. Which inequality is graphed? So we know it's a solid line and it's shaded less than. So this is greater than. This is greater than. We also start at -1. They both are at -1. We also, our slope is negative, so it's going to be A. All right. It says, determine how many solutions exist for each system of equations. So here we have 3x minus 3y is -6. And y equals x plus 2. Well, it's the same line. So they are many solutions, C. And here we have x plus y equals 0. It's this line. And 3x minus y is 2. They'll intersect at one spot, so they have one solution. Number 3, if x equals 5y minus 1 and 2x plus 5y is -32, what's the value of y? Well, I can replace x with 5y minus 1. So it's not 2x anymore, it's 2 times 5y minus 1 plus 5y equals -32. We're going to get 10y minus 2 plus 5y equals -32. We're going to get 15y minus 2 equals -32. We're going to add 2 to both sides to get -30, and then y equals 2. So, yep, we're trying to find y. The end. Use elimination. We have 3x plus 5y equals 16. We have 8x minus 5y equals 28. We don't even have to do anything. These cancel, and we get 11x equals 14, carry the 1, 44, so x is 4. It said to solve for x, so we got 4. Use substitution to solve. Okay, so I want to get x by itself, move 2y to the other side. So 6 times 1 plus 2y minus 5y equals 20. So I get 6 plus 12y minus 5y equals 20. I get 6 plus 7y equals 20. I get 7y equals 14. Y equals 2. Okay, I need to go find x, but let's cancel some stuff out. Y is not 2 here. Y is -2 here. Y is -5 here. So I don't even have to figure out the other one. Okay. All right. Color Time Bakers wants to make 30 pounds of berry mix that costs $3 per pound to use in their pancake mix. Okay, they're using blueberries that cost $2 per pound and blackberries that cost $35 per pound. Okay, so they have blueberries. So I'm going to use L for blueberries, and they have blackberries. Okay. To be 30 pounds. So pounds plus pounds equals pounds. Then it's $2 per blueberry, and then $3.50 for blackberry to be $3 per 30 pounds. So that's 90. So that's the tricky part. So amount of blueberries, amount of blackberries, 30 pounds total. $2 per, $3.50 per, $3 per 30, which is 90. Multiply this by -2. So it ends up being -60, and you'll get 30. You will get 150, and you'll get 2L here. When I divide both sides to get blackberries, when I divide by $1.50, I should get 20 pounds. Okay. All right. It says your teacher's giving a test that has 12 more 3-point questions than 5-point questions. So we have 3-point questions and 5-point questions worth 100 points. Which system is this information? Okay. So if I have a test and let's say X is 3-point questions and Y is 5-point questions. This one's tricky. They're giving you 12 more 3-point questions. So Y would equal 12 more 3-point questions. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Here's the 3-point questions, and it is 12 more. So it's your Y questions plus 12 would give you your X. Okay. And then it's saying 3-point questions and 5-point questions equal 100 points. So your answer would be 3x 5y equals 100. So this, if you move y to the other side, would be 12. Okay. It says, what system of inequalities is represented in the graph? So this one starts at the origin. It's negative, so it goes down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1.5. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. Oh, okay. I was looking at this and it was 3. I'm like, that's not 3. Okay. Down 1, 2 over 1. So it's down 2 over 1. So none of these are right. There's an error here. So down 2 over 1. Yeah, that's not right. So this one's not even right. All right. So ignore that last one. Here are the answers to all of your questions. Okay. Hand it in. It's worth a lot of points. That's why I made this whole midterm review what you're focusing on this week. Email me and we can work if you need assistance. If not, just send it in.